Well, good morning. Here we are. Welcome back to My Life, My Way. Okay, so we didn't get away this weekend, unfortunately, but we had my father's birthday. It was on Friday, so we had a big family get together down at Aldinga. It was lovely to see all the siblings and the nieces, or not nieces, but the two nephews. We're not big breeders in my family, so there's only two. One sister and one brother has a child each, and they're both boys. They are 9 and 10 now. Such a charming age, isn't it? Great birth control. Just in case you needed it. So we have, that was Saturday, so today's Sunday morning, and I have just quickly thrown my hair up, put some clothes on, and I'm heading to Spotlight. I forgot where I was going for a minute then. The bed needs some tweaking. I believe it's too heavy. And with the warmer weather, I probably don't need all the thick, heavy blankets, padded blankets on there anymore. So I'm going to go and get myself a nice fitted sheet. And today is going to be a bit of van play with the bed. I've also just started following another Aussie van lifer. She travels mostly in Western Australia from what I can gather so far. And obviously we learn, there's so much on there from American people, but that doesn't help us here in Australia with ins and outs of what they accept and what they don't. So yeah, it's nice to finally be starting to find some Aussie ones out there, which obviously give you some hints on water. Apparently a lot of places around here don't let you dump grey water, which I don't know, if I use Earth's Choice dishwashing liquid if I wash dishes, so as far as I'm aware that's environmentally friendly, but so I don't understand why you can't tip that water out onto a bush or something like that. I'm considering swapping out my toilet. Obviously I dispose of my own waste, but I don't see the harm in tipping your urine. I know it's a bit gross, but yeah, in the bushes, out of the way, so it's not around other people. I generally tip all my other sort of water waste out there, whether it be rinsing something or Drew's water bowls, which are just plain water, all in the same spot, so it all flushes through. But I do have a proper camping toilet, which I need to do some looking into, because I need to find where we can dump that stuff, because I know that you can't just dump it down your toilet at home. The chemicals are really not good for... That was a little frightening, but I guess that's what you get for going out early on a Sunday morning in the northern suburbs. Yeah, but I'm wondering if there's some environmentally friendly or plumbing friendly chemicals you can get. I might have to speak to my uncle about that. He is a plumber and he is a very experienced camper, so I will check his brain about that. If not, I need to find some local free dumping points, so obviously when I get back from my trips I can go past and hopefully dump what's in the toilet. Yeah, and this chick that I have been watching, a lot of places like the free camping, oh, I think I went a bit too far, staying in the free camping places in Western Australia. I don't know about here in South Australia, but obviously eventually I'd like to venture all over Australia. Self-contained means you have to have a sink in your van, so I'm not really sure how I can swing that one yet, but it's worth looking into. So anywho, I'm about to go into Spotlight, and I will check in with you when we get home and start making a mess of things. Happy Sunday, peoples. Okay, so here we are back again. We are home now. As you can probably tell, Mr. Drew is with me now. He wasn't very happy he couldn't come before, but you can't come to Spotlight, my darling. What? I know, right? Okay, so this week has seen a few upgrades. I went to BCF, I believe, and got a carbon monoxide alarm. I don't know, everyone seems to have one, so I figure it can't hurt. Also, summer's coming, so I went and bought, recommended by my father, they use it in their caravan. It is a water cooler, so it is DC or AC operated, and yeah, hopefully that will help with the warmer trips. I also, what was that? I think I got that from Tent World for $180. So not a bad buy if it keeps us cool. And then there was this little gem. Obviously, traveling alone, I need to make sure that I have all the things that can get myself out of trouble. And I actually got this, it's a really good deal. I actually deliver as part of my lunch truck things to Auto Pro, and I went in and I asked them, and the guy's like, I got that up the right way. Yep. He goes, oh, they're on special this week, you're really lucky. They are usually $299. I was like, okay, cool, keep me one. Went in the other day, grabbed it, and he looked a little bit strange at the ticket because the sales ticket was stuck to the actual box itself, not this one, but one of the other ones. And it said, save $40, just $179. We both sort of looked at each other and someone can't count, but anywho, the sticker's on there. So I got this little beauty for $179 when I do believe that whoever put the stickers out has put it on the wrong box. There was, I think, just a jumper kit in the cabinet next to it. It didn't have the tyre inflator and that. I'm wondering if the ticket was maybe supposed to go on that, because obviously I saved a lot more than $40 on this one, so awesome score there. I also went to Anaconda, is it Anaconda? I think so. And they had recovery doors out for $99, so I grabbed a set of those. Hopefully I will never need them, but it pays to be prepared. So they will go in the rooftop box, hopefully to never be used if I can help it. But yes, okay, well it is quite warm out here already, so I'm going to get started on pulling this bed apart. Grab one of the big camping tables from out of the caravan so I have something to sit on. Oh, and my trip to Spotlight was way more expensive than I was hoping. There's a few things in life. I live pretty simply, but I do like a bit of luxury when it comes to my bedding. So I have 1,000 count thread sheets on my bed inside, which is super king or something, because I have built my own bed to take up the entire space of the area it has, which is turns out to be 2 double bed widths. So maybe that could be another video. So today's trip was to go and buy a fitted sheet for the bed in here. Now they don't really have just fitted sheets for double beds for sale, so I did manage to find one, and I'm pretty sure, well, the docket there said, I thought it was $35, but it wasn't. It turned out to be $69, but what can you do? I like the creature comforts, even when I'm camping. I like to be comfortable, so it is what it is. Mr. Drew, doesn't matter how hot it gets, he will stay right by me if the camper's out. Hey, lovely. Be hot in there. Yeah, it could be hot in there. But I'm going to pull it apart so you have to get out. Oh, I just had to quickly mow the walls because apparently rain's coming today, so I thought, well, better get that done before it rains and then it gets even longer. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one there and start pulling this bed apart, and I'll keep. doesn't mean you can go back in there. It does not. It does not. Okay, so the straps that I wrap around the mattress to hold it in place can be an issue. So I'm going to try it without. Only because you can't tuck anything in with them there. So I'm thinking they only really need to be there in day mode, I think. So I'm going to try it without it and see how we go. Anyway, this is all going to involve a lot of bending over, so I'm going to try very hard to save you that. Okay, well, there we go. That was an effort and a half, and it is getting hot. Starting to get a bit frustrated with this whole bed, but it's trial and error. So this is all the things that I'm trying to get figured out before, obviously, I end up in here a lot more permanently. Well, probably won't be in this van, but anywho, that's another story. So I ended up putting an eggshell foam mattress on top of the actual foam mattress because I did find it was a little bit hard last time, so we will see how that goes. I now only have the sheet, which is too long because we shortened the mattress, but things do fit back nicer at the minute because obviously there's not so much bulk. I still may have to cut some corners off. Oh, Mr. Drew's decided to hide his head. Did you see that? Oh my word, Drew's a hobbity poppity poo. And your feet, not good. Anywho, back to the bed. So I put an eggshell on there, and now we just have the sheet and this fluffy blanket. And this one's Mr. Drew's blanket. Yeah, I have kept one strap. The straps are still in place, just laying flat over the sides, because there used to be one at the top, one at the middle, and one at the bottom to stop it from sliding around. But as I said, then you can't tuck anything in unless you want to be laying on the straps, which I don't want that either. So I have kept the middle strap accessible, so that way when I make the bed in the morning, I can put the strap across and then I pull it up and put it back in, and it will hopefully keep the mattress from pushing itself out, because obviously it's a foam mattress, it really doesn't like to bend that much. But as I said, it's trial and error. We'll see how we go. Hopefully next weekend we can get away. I don't really know, I haven't checked dates and stuff, so we will see how we go. There's a few other things that don't really work. I would really like access from the tailgate. It is a bit frustrating because I can fit 3 of my storage tubs underneath the bed, but it's very hard to get to the back one without being able to open the tailgate. I can always get it from behind the bed if I pull the bed always forward, but then I have to take the fridge out and things like that, and it's just a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I don't know, we will see how we go after I figure that tailgate out somehow. As I said, the pulley system that Dad and I put in, I don't know why it's not working. There is tension there when you pull it up, it's just not releasing. So, but again, that's a huge head fuck because it means I'm going to have to, yeah, I don't want to pull the bed apart and take it out just to do that and be unsuccessful again. So I might, yeah, leave that one with me. As I said, my mechanic reckons he looked for a new latch and he reckons he can't find any, but I'm not really sure whether that is 100% true or he just couldn't be fucked. So I think I will do some investigating myself. There's a Toyota Wreckers in Wingfield. I haven't really seen any vans in there though, but we'll try you pull it, see what they've got. If I can source it, he can put it in. But for now, I think the bed issue is sorted. I seem to be getting very close to running out of water when we're away now. So, and I have, what is it, 3 4-litre bottles that I keep up the front. So I am thinking of maybe, I've got 2 big 10-litre jugs, but when I stopped using them because I needed to lay them over and they would leak. but I may be able to utilize the same spot and keep them upright. And then I thought, well, if I built a platform over the top, I could put one of those electric pumps in there and use the water that way. As I said, a bit of thinking to do. Mostly things work quite well so far. As I said, there is a whole bunch of junk that needs to find a home. It's very annoying, but yeah, what can you do? And if I swap the toilets out, oh yeah, as I said, I don't know, we'll just play it by ear. The bed was the main issue this time. I needed to get a whole bunch of that padding off, and then it doesn't seem to be as tight in the two corners now, so hopefully that has helped, because there's not as many bulky blankets and shit. That pink one that I took off, that's huge, but I just wanted it for the padding. As I said, got board underneath, so I'll see how I go with the eggshell. Hopefully that helps, seeing as I took that blanket off, and this blanket's now on here instead of me sleeping on it. And then there was another fluffy blanket. As I said, yeah, there was a lot of fluffy blankets going on, but it didn't help. I managed to put some 2 longer screws in that bracket that seemed to spit out the screws. The bracket's not broken. I don't know why the screws have come loose. I'll have to keep an eye on that and see. I have heard a crack noise a couple of times when I pulled the base up, so I don't know. I'm hoping the wood hasn't cracked. I suppose the only way to know that would be probably to climb underneath and have a look, which, ugh, that doesn't sound very appealing to me at all, but you just don't know. And yeah, so obviously I have a huge mess out there on the table to clean up. I also have a caravan that is just trashed, my storage van that is. So I'm going to try and find some homes for this crap, see if the new water solution will work, and then I'm going to move into the van and do some organising in there, and I will show you what a disaster that is. And so I've got seats from this, 2 of them are in there. I now have the front seat, which I do want to keep. I don't want to keep the other ones, so apparently Hard Rubbish will take those. I'll have to ring the council and find out for sure, so we'll do that and organise a Hard Rubbish run. There's a few other bits and pieces that need to go, so we'll just accumulate crap until I've got a pile, and then I ring up and I organise that and we get rid of it. Let's go to obvious to the legs. It is so hot out here and he just still will not go inside. I don't get it, but anywho, as I said, we will see how it go. More jobs. Okay, so the van work, I think I'm finished pretty much. Okay, so everything's back under there where it needs to be. Toilet's taken out. I have changed everything in here. Yeah, open this door. Other toilet. Oops. Alright, so the other toilet is in place, and I don't like the idea of moving that back there when we travel, just in case there's leakages. That's a bit gross. This stuff here will be easy to replace. Seems in pretty good condition, seeing the thing's been sitting in the shed for the last few years. So I'm going to start trialling this, see how it goes. So I just need to find the dump points and research the chemicals and see how that all works. I do have chemicals, but as I said, I'm pretty sure from memory that you can't dump them down your own toilet. Still not sure whether I will just continue to bag and bin the real messy stuff and just use this for tinkles, because yeah, ooh. Anywho, obviously, so yeah, now I've also put in the tubs, the tanks for the water. There is an empty one there, which would be for grey water. It's a 10-litre jug. There will be a 10-litre fresh water and 2 4-litre fresh waters, so 18 litres you would think would be enough. Obviously the toilet will be full, ready to go, hopefully. Obviously I can top it up if I have to, but I wouldn't think so. Yeah, as I said, change the center console a bit. Obviously my handbag and that won't be able to go down there anymore. We have our bits and pieces bin, toilet spray, fly spray, bags, toilet paper, Aerogard. This one's just vinegar and water. There will be another spray bottle going in there with just water because Mr. Drew needs to learn to stop barking when he's being a brat. So my stepmom reckons that. I've tried quite a few things and I just can't get it to stop. It just drives me insane. So my stepmom says she's with her new puppy, she's spraying it with water. So I'm not real sure that's going to work, but I'll give anything a go at this stage just to get him to stop doing that because it's really annoying. As I said, and they're the mesh for they go across the whole door there, so I can leave the sliders down. I do need to check one other thing, but other than that, the van transformation, I've got to check those waters too because I've had them for a few years and I don't know if, I don't know, maybe I'll speak to Dad and find out if I can treat them, just so that, not the plastic ones here, I constantly use those ones, but those other ones have been sitting for a few years. I don't want to get out there and then the water tastes gross, so I will see what I can do. So, well, that's probably it. The Drew's toy box and what was it, the recovery boards and stuff have been put in the rooftop box up there. So hopefully I won't need the recovery boards, that would be nice. I have managed to get the jumper kit because I thought, well, there's no point putting that in the tub at the back of the car because what if I need it, it'll be a bitch. So it actually, quite luckily, fits underneath my seat. So very easy to access if I need it, which is great. And other than that, well, I'm done with this portion of today's events. But, oh, this was the table set up where I had everything. Now I need to pack all that stuff up. Those blankets there probably need to be washed before they get packed away. Oh, I've got to put my tea towels back in the box. But this is my other project for today. As I said, a lot of this was tidy. That came out of, this all came out of the van. These are the seats that need to be discarded. That's just boxes. Then, yeah, then there's this mess. There's like a double bed mattress and a queen size, double bed frame, queen size mattress back there. Just a bunch of shit that needs to be sorted out. This is the old cupboard from the van. It used to be in the back. So I could probably just dismantle that and put it in the shed now. I've got a couple of those bags that you put shit in and suck it down all the air. So I might try and put those mattress toppers and stuff in there for now. And yeah. Well, anywho, we will see. Okay, well, it's been, I don't know, maybe half an hour, and the van is sorted. Oh, look at all this. Okay, so there's the passenger chair from the van, which I'm keeping because that can go back in if I have a need to. That's the toilet I was using. And there is a bunch of crap. Things are much tidier, and we will see. Maybe I should make a mental note, and of course Mr. Drew's in there, of how long it actually stays clean like this for. I would like to blame my sister, but very rarely is it her fault. It's usually mine. Okay, well, I'm finished. The van's done, this van and that van. It's hot, I'm starving, so, and Drew's just walking around looking at me like, please mum, let's go inside. So, yeah, now that's it. As I said, the van's all tidied up. I'm not 100% sure what time it is. I'm guessing probably about 1 o'clock, which means I'll get this van out of here. My sister doesn't get home till later anyway, but yeah. It'll be interesting to see how the new setup goes. I've kept the box for the jumper starter kit because I'm having heaps of trouble keeping my window covers in. They just don't stay there. And I have these little metal clips that I've been wedging up into the seals, but every time you open a slider, it falls out. So I'm hoping that cardboard will be rigid enough that I can slot that in there and it'll cover more of a distance and it will just fucking stay there. It would be good. I really don't want to have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on proper window shades for a vehicle that may only last another 6 months, 12 months. Being a Toyota, probably another 10 years, but you just don't know. So at the minute I'm just bearing with what I've made. The front ones stay in because they've got the socks over them, so they work quite well. The back corners, the back small windows, the clips work for those, they don't move, so I don't really have any issues there. And the back one, excuse me, stop licking your paws. But yeah, as I said, I think that's enough. I'm done. I'm going to go and wash my hands. Oh, the only thing I didn't do was pull that cupboard apart, but I can do that anytime. Yeah, so that's it for me today. I'm going to go and wash my hands and tidy up, and then I'm going to put a feed on. I am so hungry. So anyway, hope everyone had a great weekend. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Right, let's just pop back in. I've had a shower, put the aircon on, and now I've made a feed. So it's time to chill. I have when I did the shopping, I bought a box of Asian banquet food. So I have filled the air fryer before I got in the shower with some chips, and I think it's spring rolls, dim sims, I didn't read the packet, but there's some triangle things in there as well. So just, oh, that's way too much water, motherfucker. Anyway, oh, maybe not. It is definitely not. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. So this will be lunch and dinner probably. Knowing me, it's a big feed. But a bit more that I wanted to do. Let's sort this out. Oh, there goes me belly. I don't know what they are. But I'm sure they are edible. Okay. That's supposed to go in there. Anyway, so there's lunch. But just put this back in the fridge, excuse me. I actually wanted to jump on and say a quick thank you to, right, so he's one of my lunch van customers, and now one of my subscribers. Thanks, Reese. I would like to do a shout out. He gave me a GoPro to help me with my stuff. I have no idea how to use any of this, so it's all going, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. But it's a GoPro, and then a mic adapter, a light, I don't know, a mic holder. Oh no, I think it's a cover for the GoPro, and then there's a microphone too. So I apparently am all set, but most excited of all, he made me a shirt that says "My Life, My Way." How awesome is that? So big shout out to Reese, thank you very much. He does have his own merch business, which I would like to give a shout out to, but I don't know the name of it, so just give me 2 seconds. I'll just grab the piece of paper. It is Berman Signs and Designs. So if you are in need of anything, keep that in mind. Not that I have a hell of a lot of followers, but eventually maybe one day I will, and they'll see this video and give Reese a call and help him out with his business. So anyway, as I said, that's the end for me today, and in my pajamas, ready to chill for the rest of the afternoon. So, and again, thank you very much, Reese. I absolutely love it. So, yeah. See ya, everybody.